Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ameerah, and this video will be a little different. This is my mid-year favorites, not to be confused with my June favorites, which will be a completely different video, but I wanted to bring a video to you guys specifically showing you products for body care, skincare, and makeup that I have been loving from January to June up until this point. It's been a really fun year for me as far as makeup products and skincare products and things like that, and I really wanted to show you guys what I've been loving so far. Not necessarily all these products have like launched in 2017, but these are products that either have launched in 2017 or just products that I have been revisiting since their launch and really appreciating and loving, incorporating into either my body care, skincare, or my makeup routine for this year. So if you're interested in seeing what I've been loving so far, keep watching. And if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure you are subscribed, as well as clicking the bell button so that way you are notified every time I post new uploads to my channel. So let's just get right into it with my mid-year favorites. So I think I'm gonna start with skincare, and first, hands down, I'm gonna go in with the Sunday Riley Good Genes Lactic Acid all-in-one treatment. I've really been loving this. I go in with this probably every day, and if not every day, like I usually take maybe one day off and then I'll do it for the next 6 days, and honestly I've been seeing such a difference in my skin for the better. Lately, I think for the last 2 days I have forgot to put this on, and I broke out a little bit. I have a little bit of texture here on my cheek. I don't know if it'll show up, but this is definitely one of those products that my skin has gotten hooked on, and whenever it doesn't get it, it starts to act up. It's like a child throwing a tantrum without their toy. So this is definitely one of those products that, although expensive for really good skin, this is something that I would definitely repurchase and something that I know for a fact I'll be using throughout the rest of this year. These next products are from Glam Glow. It is their Super Mud Clearing Treatment and also their Youth Mud Exfoliant Treatment. This here, I got these actually during the fall VIB sale in 2016, and it came in like a little pack, which was really good, like a value set. I've been going in with this for a really long time, and I just sort of discovered this probably 2 months ago. Like I finally picked it up and started using it, and it is so good. One thing I will say about Glam Glow and their like mask and things like that is they do have more of an aggressive feeling on the skin. So if you do have super sensitive skin, I probably wouldn't go in with this. I think, is it this one? I believe it's one of their products that even says if you're super sensitive with skin to not use it. I think it's this. I think it's an exfoliant, but if you do want really an aggressive treatment to your skin to say counteract or resolve like a harsh issue you have with your skin, I would definitely recommend these. Try to get the value set, because I think this alone was like $69, but the value set at the time of the sale altogether was $69, and you got like 3 treatment masks for it. So it is definitely worth your buck, but you should definitely try to get this in a value set or even as a sample at Sephora. I know they love giving out samples, so definitely inquire about these two. They go really well together, but they're so aggressive with the skin that I usually pick one or the other depending on the week before, you know, I start using these together, because I think it might be a little too harsh. But this definitely has cleared up some breakage, some breakouts I've been getting lately, and this is definitely a really good exfoliant if you're having, say, like a tough day or a tough month, or your skin, say you're on vacation or something like that, and you're just not really taking care of your skin in its normal way. This really lifts all that dirt and really gets all of that bacteria and whatnot out of your pores. So definitely 2 must-haves definitely two favorites for 2017. This last skincare product I've been loving for 2017 so far is the Peter Thomas Roth Hyaluronic Acid Cloud Cream, Water Drenched Cloud Cream, I believe. And this is about 30% hyaluronic acid, which is really good for your skin, and it helps to lock in hydration for up to 72 hours. I've been using this since January and I have been so in love with it. It's so light, it's a little creamy, but it just dissolves right into your skin. You actually feel like your skin actually feels super hydrated as soon as you put it on. This was definitely my go-to when it was colder and I felt like my skin was just feeling dry and tight, and this really gave me the hydration that I felt like I was missing. I go in with this usually before a traditional moisturizer, and it just adds that healthy look to your skin, probably because it is bringing in foundation is actually bringing in hydration, and it's definitely one of those products that I've been using a lot of. It's white, so I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's really on its last leg here. I really don't have a ton left because I've been absolutely loving this. I remember I featured this in my January favorites video, and I think I mentioned that I was interested in seeing how it worked out when it got warmer because I didn't want to sweat it off. But I have been using this, and it does withstand the elements even in warmer weather, because if you're putting it on, like say right after you're getting out the shower or something like that, it goes right into your skin, so it doesn't really have a lot of time to sweat off because it's getting locked into your skin so quickly. So I've really been enjoying this. I'll probably buy this again. Oh, and I almost forgot, for another, I guess this is kind of skincare, is the Purity Made Simple by Philosophy. This is their one-step facial wash. This is like the little travel size, and obviously I've been using a lot of it. I really love this face wash because it is strong enough to remove makeup. I usually don't go in with this like right when I have makeup on. I usually go in with like a makeup wipe or something like that, some sort of formal makeup remover, but then I'll go in with this, and I love the fact that it's so gentle on my skin, but it's strong enough to remove dirt and just anything from my face. It feels super soft. A lot of my other cleansers, because they have targeted uses and what they're supposed to be used for on the face, they don't necessarily feel as gentle on my face as this. This just feels so soft and so light, and it just makes my skin feel really taken care of. I have a few makeup products, so I'm going to try to get through them. First, I'm just going to go right into it. You guys have seen this plenty of times. The Gleam by Melanie Mills and Sandra Deluxe collaboration, Peach Deluxe. This is probably one of my favorite collaborations thus far, and I have really been enjoying this. I've been using this probably almost for every single makeup look I've been using since this came out. This is such a flattering shade for all skin tones. As a makeup artist, I've even tried this out on some of my clients, and it just always looks so beautiful. One of my clients was even like, what was that? Because I want to order that for myself. And it's just one of those beautiful kind of primers, so to speak. And I'll swatch it for you guys. I probably shouldn't even put that much on, but I love putting this on as a primer. This is definitely going to be so beautiful for the rest of the summer. It just adds a really beautiful sheen, and you can sort of see the difference. Look how beautiful that is. That is just gorgeous. I love the fact that it doesn't change your skin tone. It doesn't have any factors in it where this will look ashy on you. Really one of those universal shades for the body radiance that really just looks so gorgeous no matter what skin tone you are. I've been using this as a face primer. More recently now, I'll go in with a traditional primer just for my skin's sake, because because I do have some skin issues. So I'll go in with a traditional primer, but then I'll put this on and then I'll put on my foundation, and you can really see the difference. Like, I don't even like my makeup now without this. I'm definitely addicted to this. I think Sandra Deluxe is bomb. I like absolutely love her, and Melanie Mills definitely has a beautiful array of products that I've been loving. I kind of want to get my hands on the powder because I think she came out with her other shades of this in like powder form. I really want to try those out, but this is definitely, if this is still available, do not play yourself. Definitely pick this up. While we're on the subject of having beautiful glowy skin, I have also been loving the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish and Glow With It. This is so beautiful. I have not been able to put this down. I'll swatch it for you guys on my hand. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. It's so subtle, but when your makeup is all done and you just brush this across your cheeks, it looks so beautiful on deeper skin tones. It's so rich. It has like that coppery gold color, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's so subtle, but it's just, it adds that glow, that radiance to your skin that really looks like you're glowing from within. And that's what I really love about MAC and their Extra Dimension line altogether, is that the product really doesn't look like a product sitting on your face. It looks like it's really coming from within, like from underneath, if that makes sense. And this has been one of those shades I haven't been able to put down. If you're doing like a gold coppery look, if you're into those type of tones, this is definitely something you want to pair it with. I know Urban Decay is coming out with that Naked Heat eyeshadow palette, and just from the colors that I see in it, if I do pick it up, I know I'm going to be using this as my highlighter to go with that, because it just is so beautiful. I usually stay away from this if I'm doing like a super gold eye. Like, I wouldn't wear it today, but if you're doing, say, like a nude eye, it's just one of those really versatile, beautiful shades that if you're not careful can probably take over your makeup look. That's why I really try to use this when I'm not doing a super heavy eye look, because it looks so beautiful on its own. It really doesn't need a competitor, and it'll definitely steal the show of your makeup. So if you haven't picked this up yet, I think this is still available. Hopefully, I don't know, is Ulta selling MAC already? If they are, you might want to try Ulta as well, just in case you can't get it from MAC. But this is a beautiful shade. Now, I can't remember what favorites video I showed this to you guys in. It was, I want to say April maybe, but I told you guys I wasn't going to put this down, and I have not put this down since I purchased it. And it is the Sigma Wicked Gel Liner. I have been digging a hole in this bad boy. Like, this has a pretty good dent in it already, and I've only had it for a couple of months. It's so creamy. It's definitely easy to work with. One of the things that always kind of irks me about gel liners is that they tend to dry out really fast, and this one definitely has not dried out. I think during one tutorial I accidentally left the lid off, and when I checked it, it was still of a creamy texture. So I don't know if that's just their formula. I think overall Sigma is just a great brand, not just for brushes but makeup as well. And this has really been like my ace when it comes to doing my wing liner. Even when I want to do a little bit of something in the waterline, sometimes my pencils, like my eyeliner pencils, they don't really get in my waterline as much as I want to, because it gets sort of smeared out from the fluid on my eye. Like, you ever try to put something in your waterline and the water just kind of erases it because it's so liquidy? This actually goes in without any issue, and I've really been loving that. So this is definitely one of those things I probably should restock on while I can, but Sigma definitely hit a home run with this. Now y'all know I've been singing this product's praises since I purchased it. I even got a second one. I'm nowhere near even done the first one, and I got a second one during the VIB sale because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it to fall before restocking. And that is the Laura Mercier medium deep powder. I have been using this every single day I've worn makeup. This is the color here. It's such a rich sort of golden brown color. This is so beautiful. This is a little too deep for me to set under my eye, but I do set the rest of my face with it. And I love the fact that it has a mild bronzing effect because it is so gold. It's such a rich color. Usually I'll use the translucent powder just to set under my eye, and then I use this for everything else. The finish of it just leaves my face looking so golden and so bronzy. I've been absolutely loving it since it been getting warmer, and even when it was colder, it just makes you look like you have somewhat of a tan a little bit. If you have a deeper skin tone than I do, I would definitely recommend this for perhaps a under eye setting powder, if that's something you might want to consider, or maybe mixing it if it's too brown for you, maybe mixing it with maybe like a Sacha Buttercup, or I know a lot of people use the Ben Nye banana powder and things like that. I just use this on its own to set the rest of my face, and I absolutely love how airbrushed my face looks after I use it. It's definitely finely milled, just like the translucent powder. She didn't skip out on the quality of it. I said this in my Faves video, but I really hope that she expands the shades a little bit more so that other people that may not fall for the translucent, or maybe don't have a skin tone to really use this, can really find a shade for them that they can set their face with this, because the experience I get with this whenever I set my face, I feel like my face is so much more flawless than it was before I was using this. So as far as concealers, I have a few to go through. The first one is the Anastasia concealer, Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer, and this is in a shade 4.5, and I've been using this like religiously on my brows, and as you can see, I've been putting a hole in this as well. And it's a beautiful color. I tried it for under my eyes, and it's okay. I'm not gonna, you know, say that it's a bad concealer. It's okay for under my eyes, but I feel like for the purpose, I feel like it's best used for me for concealing my brows, because I don't get my brows waxed or anything like that. I always want a really super full coverage concealer for my brows. It covers up those unsightly hairs that I don't want to show, but I also don't want to include as part of my brows, and that's super important to me since I don't get my brows done anymore. So this is one of those concealers that I think, unlike many, like there's not a lot of concealers on the market that can really cover unsightly hairs. Like that's a big thing. So for me, this is best used for my brows. Now as far as the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer, this is one of those concealers that does not budge when you apply it. Like it'll blend out and everything like that, but this is definitely a concealer that I would wear if I am having a super long day and I don't want to worry about my makeup running or anything like that. This stays, I mean, fiercely in place, and I have really been loving D35 Neutral. I use this specifically to cover hyperpigmentation and things like that. This has worked wonders along my jawline, along my neck, around my mouth, and I feel like this shade, it's scary how accurate this shade is to my skin tone. I really love this concealer for that purpose specifically. It's great for the under eye as well, but I do have target areas where I've sort of discovered what concealers perform best in certain areas. So if you're having scars or anything like that on your face that you're looking to cover up, you definitely want to consider Kat Von D Lock It Concealer. And for under eye and coverage as well, you guys know my Tarte Shape Tape, my babies, my boos, these are like I could kiss these right now if I didn't mess up my lipstick. Tan Sand is probably my favorite highlight at this moment, highlighting concealer. I feel like it's the perfect shade. It doesn't pull too pink, it doesn't pull too yellow. I feel like it's the perfect medium shade, but it does give me sort of that bright under eye that I always like. I don't have it on today because I was trying some out. I feel like sometimes I get so in love with this that I don't try out some of my other products, so I'm trying to wean myself off of this, but this has definitely been a favorite for me. Even when I had the idea of putting this video together, this was definitely the first on my list as far as items I wanted to feature and show to you guys, because this is probably what, my fourth one so far. These last really long, but overall I just use them a lot because I love the shade so much. I love the wand. I love how thick it is. The concealer itself is creamy, it's thick, it doesn't take a long time to get tacky. It gives me a full coverage. When I let it just get a little bit tacky, it gives me a full coverage. It blends out on pretty much any foundation that I use. There are some concealers that I think work a little botchy depending on the type of foundation I have, but this has been one of those products that I have been able to use no matter what foundation or other products I'm using, and it just falls in line. So I've really been loving the Tarte Shape Tape Tan Sand. I'm telling you, I don't know who doesn't like this. If you don't like it, I don't know what your experience was, but this is definitely bae. This next product I just purchased, but I am completely confident in putting it in a mid-year favorite because I've used it enough at this point where I'm just completely convinced I'll definitely buy this again. This is the Dior Pump and Volume Mascara. This is a fairly new product, and I am completely in love. I purchased this kind of on a whim. I was looking at it and something just told me to buy it. Something was like, try it out. I'm always looking for really good mascara since I don't wear lashes, and this has really taken my lashes to a completely different level. Firstly, I'll say before this I was a huge fan of the Better Than Sex mascara, and this has kind of given Better Than Sex a run for its money. First, what's most unique about it is the pinch here. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. The little pinch here on the bottom of the mascara, and they say that this is supposed to be here in order for your brush to get the full product of mascara on the brush completely, and then when you take it out it's supposed to be a fully covered brush of mascara, so that way all your lashes get all the product. And I'm not sure how much that works. That could be the reason why I love this so much, but from the wand to how black it is one of those, just, I mean, it grabs every single lash that I have. Because I don't wear lashes, mascara is definitely one of those products that I don't mind investing in, and this wasn't even really that expensive for this to be Dior. Usually, you know, when I go into Sephora, I walk right past them because I'm like, I ain't got no Dior money. I would say try this out in store first and see how you like it. I wouldn't say get a sampler, but I pretty much almost guaranteed that you'll love this. If you don't wear formal lashes and you're looking for something to really volumize your lashes and really make your lashes look long and full, I would definitely recommend this. These palettes actually launched this year and I was all for them, and they are the UDxBasquiat and the Urban Decay collaboration. This is the Gold Griot palette and this is the Tinted palette. Firstly, what caught my attention was that Urban Decay actually collaborated with a visual artist. I think that was extremely dope. I love the colors in these palettes. One, I'll say overall packaging, probably the most creative packaging of any makeup launch I've seen this year thus far. They actually used his original paintings as replicas for these, and I really do think that's super dope. You can hang these up. They have little hooks in the back where you can hang them as artwork. I think that was just bomb. This is the tinted palette, very reminiscent of the colors in the painting here. And I just think if you are like super into like vibrant colors and things like that, this is definitely a palette for you. The only thing, I wish it would have been like a yellow in here, like a nice buttery yellow. Overall, the shades are really beautiful. I've been using this palette for a couple of the different looks that I've come out with. I even did a get ready with me as far as this palette, as well as the gold Griot palette. Absolutely love this palette as well. Love the fact that it's like neutral halfway through, and then it gets into some more fun colors towards the end. This crown color is probably one of my favorite of the vibrants. It's like a beautiful yellow gold. And Not For Sale is definitely my favorite neutral color in this palette, because I have used this on my crease so many times. It's just a beautiful palette. Together, I think they are so different, but they work so well together. I think Urban Decay did a really awesome job as far as packaging and the color selection. They're super pigmented, beautiful shades. Whenever I'm not really sure what I want to do with my makeup look for the day, I end up using one of these two, if not both. For body care, I have been obsessed with the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. I heard so much about this before the spring VIB sale, and I said, all right, already, I'm going to pick this up, because every single video, every single recommendation video I saw had this as one of their recommendations, and I decided to give it a try. I have been using this not necessarily just on my bum bum, but also on areas that need a little bit more firming, since it claims to firm. I can say that it does have a tightening effect. It's definitely not a magician type of product where, you know, you're gonna lose weight by rubbing this on your thighs or something like that, but it just makes everything a little bit tighter, if that makes sense. I have specifically been using this on my knees that people think I'm crazy, but I feel like I have like fat knees. So I've been putting this on my knees, and I've been sort of feeling a difference in them whenever I put this on. I try not to use this frivolously, since it does have a tightening effect. Usually I'll just put it on areas that I want to tighten, but I wouldn't use this as like a lotion or something like that. I was initially worried that because it is so creamy that it would sweat off during the summer, but it definitely absorbs and it moisturizes really well. This is how much I've been using. It's not a whole lot left. It's some left, but it's definitely been worked through, because I've really been loving using this. It's so moisturizing. It's one of those products where you can put it on, say 6 in the morning, and it's not going to be off of your skin by noon. This is one of those products that unless you actually wash it off, it's not going to make your skin dry after a certain amount of hours. So I really do appreciate that, because some of my other lotions are required to be reapplied in order to lock in that moisture, and this doesn't need that. And lastly, for fragrance, I have been obsessed with this Atelier Cologne orange, I want to say orange sanguine. This smells so good. I don't even like oranges. I actually can't stand oranges, but something about this smelled so good to me when I tried it out in Sephora. I got the box here, the little box that it came in, and it says that it is blood orange from Italy, jasmine from Egypt, and sandalwood from Indonesia. And I can really tell you, this combination together, one, I love sandalwood, I love jasmine, not so crazy about orange, but something about about this mixed together smells so good. It's so springy, so summery. It's one of those things that it's very light. I can't stand super heavy colognes or perfume. I keep one in my purse, I keep one on my vanity at home, and I keep one in my glove compartment. Like, that's how much I love this. Take it from somebody that does not even like oranges. This smells so good. Definitely get a sampler of this if you haven't already. This is one of the most beautiful, light, flirty scents for the summertime. So guys, those are my mid-year favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. If any of these products made your mid-year favorites, let me know, or just let me know what specifically you've been loving this year so far from January to June. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here are some previous uploads in case you missed any of my previous videos. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.